Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Raptor here with Good Clean Gaming RX, and today we are back in Star Citizen once again in the 319 patch. Today I want to go over my experiences so far with mining. So I've been doing a little bit of practice, I guess, over the past hour and a bit, I've done some mining out in the Halo. I've done some mining on Daymar. I was headed out to Yella before we got a 30k. Fortunately, a very nice thing about the patch now is that the mining heads and components and whatnot that you have on your ship, even if you experience a 30k, are retained. So that means that, you know, if your ship enters an unknown state or whatever and you have to claim it, it still retains all of those modules. You're not losing those anymore. So that in and of itself makes a big difference for mining. The second is that the Lancet is now not the head to go with. It's essentially worthless at this point. It really only works as a stabilizing head. And so I am currently running with an impact head, and I'm going to be saving up to run with a helix, which is now going to be one of the most powerful heads in the game, and is really quite necessary because they have greatly increased the masses of the different rocks now. I've experienced everything from 14,000, 15,000 mass rocks all the way up to 30 to 40,000 mass rocks, and I've heard reports of everything over to like 100,000 mass. So you can no longer crack everything with a Prospector, even with the Surge and Stampede modules going. There are just rocks that are way too big now. They've also changed a lot of the mining heads, a lot of the other mining heads, even that I didn't mention. The Impact, the Klein, the Hofstetter, all the mining heads have been rebalanced. They've rebalanced and changed all of the mining modules as well. The mining gadgets mining has had a complete rework. So I've basically just been experimenting. And I've got a couple different spreadsheets and stuff, or screenshots of spreadsheets that I've got up and running now. When I go to look for different minerals, and it's reached the point now where you're going to be looking for 3 or 4, potentially 5 or 6 different minerals now, or different commodities, instead of just looking for one of them. Now there's more than just the find Quantanium meta. Quantanium now is actually extremely rare, and so it's more worth your time to go for these other materials. So you're looking for gold, for Terranite, for diamonds have been removed at this point, so you're not looking for those quite yet. Bexalite, you're looking for Laranite. Hephaestonite is a good one. The average loads that I've been getting have been ranging between 50,000 and 80,000 refined. I just put one in that was going to be approximately 86,000 or so, with a load of borace, and that's not one of the best ones. But it is one of the higher end. There we go. Arco mining area 157. I'm going to pop down there, and then we will go looking around from there. I'm going to go to the dark side of the moon here, just so that it's a little easier to see the UI. Because unfortunately, there are still no drop shadows, which would make it much easier to see where you're going, what you're charging, all that kind of stuff. So I'm quite liking the mining balance. There are a few things that I've had to adjust to and get used to. The biggest of those would just be the fact that that it's you're not going out and pulling in a load of 150,000 worth of Alpha UEC every load anymore. You know, the old meta of going out looking for Quantanium and you know, digging around until you find a good rock and taking that back home, that meta's gone. It's dead. So at this point, I am. Oh, there we go. Looking for signatures. We've got one down here, about 9,000. That's another thing that I've noticed is that the signature counts are significantly lower, but they will spawn now in clusters that are sometimes. Yeah, there we go. So there's a 7,200. So we're probably looking at you know, 4 or 5 rocks here now instead of just 1 or 2. And some of those will be. Oh, there's another one. Some of those will be, you know, rocks where you can be hauling in 80, 90,000 from just one of them. Okay, so there's our small rocks. We can go ahead and pull out our mining laser here and take a look and see what we can scan out here. They appear to have fixed the unscannable rocks as well. I've not really run into any of those. Taconite deposit. I've not run into one of these yet. Looks like it's going to be valuable. Titanium and gold. So this is a 34,000 mass rock. I'm not even going to be able to touch that. Even with what I've got on it right now, the impact. I could potentially put my Sabir gadget on there, but I don't think that would even crack that. It's much too large. There's another Taconite. Let's see how big this one looks like. It could be a little smaller. 15,000. That's potentially crackable. Terranite and titanium. So it tells me impossible, but I've learned impossible doesn't necessarily mean impossible. You can still sometimes crack them. It just takes a significant amount of skill and willingness to put your ship right up next to the rock. Shot. So let's see if we can go ahead and pop in really close here. See if we can get anything. It's going. Maybe just barely. So appears to be holding. Go ahead and switch over to spot where it's actually in charge. This one may even be a little too big. This looked like there was a spot there potentially. Go here. Close. Let's see whether we can get this to work. There's a little sliver of something there. But even here, it's too much. This is a 15,000 mass. I can't crack it just because the resistance is so high on this. And you know, orbiting, it's not doing anything to the rock. Even pumping this in. So we're going to pause on this one. Take a look at some of the other rocks here. That's another Taconite. This one's maybe, oh goodness, beryl and titanium. Not even interested in that one. Another thing that they've changed is that some of these rocks now, like this one, you can just vacuum them up right away. Titanium and Hephaestonite, yep, really not interested in that either. And that one we've already looked at, that one's gold, so that would be really valuable if we could crack it. But unfortunately we cannot, so I'm just going to leave those alone, and we'll go looking for something else. Got another one over there. That one appears to be our closest, so I'm going to go ahead and pop over to this one and we'll see if we can find anything worth mining over here. That jumped a little. Got two, looks like 3 rocks here. Those are the small diamond ones. Not going to be able to crack those. Or at least not safely. Those are the ones we're looking at. I'm going to go ahead and pop over here and we'll see if we can see anything at this one over here. There is actually a benefit now to doing the Hadanite mining with the rock. I'm told, and I've seen some videos of people making upwards of 150,000 an hour doing Hadanite mining, quartzite. $30,000. That one's going to be much too big. Laranite. Oh, this one could be small enough for us to crack. It looks like it's a bit smaller. Worth taking. Beryl and titanium. Not really. Beryl and titanium. So it looks like the quartzite deposits are not particularly good. Laranite, titanium. Bexalite. Ooh. 19,000. 30% resistance. This one's probably going to be too big for us as well. But because it's Bexalite, I'm going to give it a shot.
Extraction mode on.
Go ahead and put power all the way up. Which you'll have to do with Alt and mouse wheel now. Go ahead and as close as we can here. Now, movement of any sort would be nice. Doesn't look like we're going to get it with this. Okay, so we're going to try something else then. I'm going to drop my landing gear, and I've got a severe module with me. That's weird.
Landing gear down.
Gear down. Perfect. We're going to go ahead and drop down here. Pop out and try putting my severe module on.
Landing successful.
Alright, very good. About to see. Yeah, kind of not in a great position there, but okay.
Engines off.
And engines off, so we don't risk it flying away on us. Sure, I've got my helmet on before I get out of here. Would be very not helpful. Alright, so place gadget on mineable deposit. Let's see here. There we go, place. Hopefully this will work. There we go. Okay, so let's go ahead and I think that's tuned about as good as we're going to get with that one. $93. 193. $5. 96. 90, 96. It looks like it's probably going to be the best that we're going to get out of that one. So I'm going to go ahead and activate it. There we go. Device active. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get back into our ship here, and we'll see whether that's done anything to it to make this a little easier. If so, we could be going home with quite a load of goodies here. Okay, so
Engines on. Launch sequence complete.
we can turn this on. Really close here, and we'll just see. So it's brought our resistance quite a bit down here. So it's brought our resistance down actually by 50%. Go ahead and we'll crank up the power to max. Looks like it's still a little bit too big. So I'm going to do one last thing here before we give up on this one. Let's see if we can find a good spot where we're getting a lot of sparks. I'm going to go ahead and we'll hit Alt 1 and put a surge module on there. And there we go. So now we've got charging on it. Just barely. There we go. So I'm using my surge and my stampede modules here. And we are actually getting a charge. Double hit, surge and stampede. Come on, you can do it. Do it. Another surge. We are charging in the green zone. So I'm going to let this run up as much as possible here. We are going to need it. Pull back just a bit here. Power all the way up. And there we go. So we've gone ahead and broken that one. And we've now got an impossible rock. It was at 19,000. And it's now cracked. And I do have my device down there, so I'm going to go ahead and retrieve that here. As soon as we've decided whether we can crack the rest of these here. Quartzite. What do we got here? Bexalite. Yep, we'll go ahead and crack that one as well. and this one's just at minimum power, so we shouldn't have any issue getting this one cracked. Here we go, and I'll basically just have to pulse this, turn it off as we get.
Warning. Power critical.
The bottom range, there we go. I don't want to see that one break. Perfect. This one's got more Bexalite. We'll go ahead and crack this one as well. And this one's much smaller, so we're going to have to be a little bit touchy on our power on this one. Basically just pulse this into here. Like so. Very good. So taking a little bit of damage, it appears, from that initial explosion. Ooh, this one's going to be an interesting one. Bexalite, 33%. We'll go ahead and charge that one. This one I'm going to go ahead and crank a bit more power into it, because we've got a lot of curve to get up here. %, resistance on this one. Just pulse the laser on this one as well. This one's not wanting to hop up quite so quickly. Perfect. Alright, so that's got that one cracked. Mostly titanium there. This one's pretty stubborn, actually. Might be one of the harder ones. Power down. Should.
Warning. Power critical.
Just a little bit of power in there. Back up here, perfect. Alright. Take a look at this one. Hopefully I've not crushed my gadget under there. Excellent. Go ahead and crack this one. This one's supposed to be an easy one. Power here until we get this one. In the green zone, and then looks like we just have to drop it back down to min power. pulsar laser here. Just have to bring it up to full charge. There we go, very good. Then we'll go ahead and take a look at this last one. Break that one down. That one looks to be mostly titanium. This one relatively easy as well. Found the laser levels to be a little bit touchy, especially if you're getting something that's got a little higher instability, and that sometimes just stepping away from the rock for a second can get that to work. A little bit of server lag. There we go, perfect. Okay. So we'll go ahead and scan these now and kind of see what we're looking at. Swap over to mining mode here, or extraction mode, and kind of see what we're looking at. Titanium mostly, so I'm going to try and find the ones that are mostly Bexalite, because that's a more valuable resource. Bexalite, yep, not much in that one. Bexalite, 57%. Potentially. Only 2% Bexalite. Yeah, we'll have to potentially get that one. %. 57. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and we'll get this bit of Bexalite coming up here. Because that one's going to be worth my time. That one's 43%. Go ahead and take that as well. Quickly, it looks like my device is still down there. That's good. 11%. We'll go through and take a look at each of these, and then I will pick up once we've figured out kind of what we're going to get. Okay, so at this point, unfortunately, I didn't get the best crack on this one, and I'm getting a lot of inert mixed in with the Bexalite, or titanium mixed in with the Bexalite. So, ooh, that was actually a good one. I'm going to go ahead and grab that one up. Looks like the sun's coming up. That one's a decent amount of Bexalite there. We'll go ahead and grab that. Hopefully our inert doesn't go up too badly there. 7% Bexalite. No, I'm just going to pass on that one. 9% on that one. Gently. Yeah, not interested in any of those. looking a couple more over here that have got some higher concentrations. Haven't scanned this one yet. Mostly titanium there as well. Okay, that one was inert. So I'm just going to go ahead then and start vacuuming up the ones that are, 30, 40, 50% Bexalite. Not going to bother with that one. Got here. Mostly titanium. 25%. Go ahead and grab that one as well. See if there's anything better. 18, 14, 32. Go ahead and grab that as well. Alright, and see if there's anything else here. 15, 34%. We'll go ahead and grab that as well. And there we go, cargo full. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead then, and we'll pop over here. We'll put the landing gear back down. I guess the landing gear is down, actually. And we'll pop the ship down. And then I'm going to go ahead and take this back, and we'll pop it into the refinery. We'll kind of see an approximate value of how much we're looking at.